Window Youth, écoutez-moi. Window Youth, Window Youth, regarde-moi.
Hello, everyone. We are here with our podcast series, Journeys of Care, in which we will have professionals talking about their experience working with young people, young refugees, by supporting them in different levels and by sharing their experience and knowledge. Today we have Maria with us. Hi, Maria.
Hello.
I would like to start with what inspired you to work with young refugees? How did your journey in this field begin?
So to me, that started a bit. I was there without understanding a lot. I finished. I had a background of economic studies, but I was always interested on supporting people and on learning through meeting people and their stories. So somehow I entered this field as a volunteer, and then I started working as a job counselor, and then I worked on a mental health day center. And when they told me about a day center that works specifically with young people, I was very happy. So I said, that's it, because from my previous experiences, I have seen that I could connect well with young people, and I was enjoying this connection and how we can work together, and I could support them flourish and be more close to their dreams. So it started a bit like this, although my initial studies weren't on this field. Somehow my life choices brought me there, and I'm very grateful about this turn on my career.
Amazing. I would say it goes very well. So,
thank you.
So, welcome. So, what would you say is one of your, in your job, what would you say is one of the biggest challenges you're facing?
I think one of the biggest challenges is to stay open and try to hear, try not to think what you are thinking and what you believe someone needs to say or must do, and just be there, present.
In the moment.
And in the moment, and listen what the other person is saying to you without judging, without like having this feeling that what is he saying now, or he should have done this another way. It's very difficult to be open at every moment, and just create this space for the other person to come and say what he has or she has to say. So I think this is one of the biggest challenges. And another one is to if I can say another one that is related a bit to this, is also to try not to impose your opinions or your thoughts or your ideas on the young people. That's not easy, and
to project, basically.
To project, yes, and also to project what is usually has been already projected to you. So from your parents, from the school, from your studies, from society. So that's why I believe you need to do a lot of work with yourself in order. It's not you are not you are not how we call it, like in English now, you are not unwritten paper, we say in Greece, άγραφο χαρτί. So you will always project something, You cannot say I'm like free of this. Just to be, to have worked a bit with yourself in order to understand when this is happening and take a distance and reflect and bring it back like to their needs, their dreams. So that is a big challenge and demands from you to be constantly present, to work, to have supervision, all these things.
It's a constant. It's a constant thing to do. You have to work with yourself. It's an ongoing process.
And with the team and listen to the others and try to be open to your mistakes, open to critique. They struggle.
Yes, indeed. All of this is quite challenging, I would say. And what would you say you've learned from, what would you say is a great lesson you've got from your experience in this field?
I've learned to be more patient, which is, for me, for my personality, it was really difficult. So to try and give time and space to people, because in many cases, even now, but in the beginning I was a bit more, why they don't do this, or let's call them again, and that was not helpful, or I could say it has the completely different, opposite results. So patience with the rhythm of the other person, patience with the rhythm of the connection, like and building the relationship. People cannot trust you from one day to another, and especially the young people that we work with, that they are young people away from their families for years, coming in an environment that in many cases they do not receive the best support. The trust is always a struggle. So I've learned that to trust someone, it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. You achieve it little by little, and you can easily break it. So this needs a lot of patience.
So you create a safe space for the young people.
I try.
A lot, as
I try a lot,
I'm
but
understanding.
the more I enter this thinking of safe space, the more I understand that it's the safe space is an ongoing process as well. It's not like this is a safe space because I'm here and I'm a safe person. That doesn't go this way. Like the safe space is on constant. We need to think of it constantly and try to implement it and be open to understand that even if we did something in order to create a safe space, what came out, it was a space that wasn't safe. So
Okay.
that is also another thing that I've learned, that you might have the best of the intentions, but that doesn't mean that what will you produce and what you will do will have the best outcome as well. So
Also, each person is different, so I guess you have to find a new way every time.
this is another important lesson, how different we all are and how like we need to be creative when we are talking about human beings and create a connection with them. And I'm supporting the young people on finding a job and integrate themselves and all this, and how differently this process is perceived by each person. This is something that it keeps surprising me and reminds me of how unique each of us is. and how much we need to give space to this uniqueness of
Each person.
of each person.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean exactly. That's why people are magic, I guess.
True.
So, how do you take care of yourself? How do you take care of your own well-being while working in this demanding field, I would say?
I've done many years of psychoanalysis. Now I'm not into this, but it's a place that I usually revisit. I have a lot of I had supervision. The team helps a lot. The case meeting, discussing with the other professionals in order to give you other views on what you can do, because in sometimes you are reaching places that you cannot navigate differently, so there a fresh input can open a door or a window. So, and also trying to reflect and read and be updated on things that has to do with my job, because I think this helps me for not being burnt out, because the more tools you have, the more I think you can better understand, and the more you can find meaning and creativity on what you do. And apart from this, I exercise a lot. I dance when I have time. This year that we didn't have supervision in Velos, I started dancing more. I think it has to do something with this. I try to read a lot of literature, because there also I think you can understand the magic of people, and you can it always gives you perspective to another perspective to reflect on the stories that I receive here. I meet with friends. I take a lot of time alone by myself. I have my plans. So I think it's important, this other life, in order to manage to be present in this job, and because the stories you are listening in many cases are very difficult, but that's not the difficult part. How to handle sometimes the injustice that you are facing,
or they are facing.
They are facing, they are facing, and you are facing through them. Like the war, like we are talking about the news, and suddenly the news are sitting in front
Next
of
to
you.
Yes.
Like, so this is, I think, something that you need to manage somehow to go out of it in order to come back and be able to be open again.
Yeah. Have a small pause, do something more creative, and then you're back in the field. No, very logic.
And sometimes just do nothing. Dolce far niente.
Also, that's great. That's great. I agree totally. Sometimes you really need to just pause, as I said before, and relax.
And just stir how cold the ceiling, stir the stars if you're outside.
Ooh, nice. I would love to see the stars.
Just leave your mind there to just do whatever, make its own circles. I don't know.
With no obligations, no everything running around. No, I exactly see what you mean, and I think people should do that more often as well. Turn it off for a little. So I would. Could you please mention a positive moment you remember from this work?
A Positive moment. Many.
Mhm.
I really. I don't very much like the word positive. The word positive
Okay.
because it's sometimes connected with like this that is positive. And in this work, I have seen that in many cases, what is an important moment cannot be by the first glance positive, but it is positive in terms of connection and of exchange. So I can say that for me there are many moments which I was here listening and we both had this feeling that we have shared something with the young people, and these moments of connection that are usually quiet but they are very strong. So this I would say it as a very important moments. And if okay, let's say a positive one. There was one party 2 years ago. It was the last day before it closed for Christmas. And so it was 23. The majority of Velos team was sick with coronavirus, or I don't remember what virus. And we're here, 3 of us. There was one young person that he was about to be homeless. We had very difficult discussions, and with all this emotion that the Christmas brought, the Christmas period brought as well. And it was the party, we're a bit stressed, what we'll do, if we'll manage it. And suddenly, I remember going upstairs, that was the party going on after this full emotional discussion with this young person. And 40 people be around from 10, 12 countries. Also a mother with with her son, and all of them dancing, and I started dancing, and we were all dancing different dances from around the world, and with respect and a willingness to share. That was when this moment ended. I thought that the world could be a better place if we could reproduce this every now and then. This feeling that you can share nice moments and share feelings and connection without borders. And for me, that was one of the best moments in my time here.
In Velos. Wonderful. Sounds like a success party, by the way, even though you were 3 people.
It was. You were there, so you remember it.
I'm trying not to, yeah, but I was there. It was really nice. The vibes were great. I do remember the mother and the kid together. And I also remember, since we're talking about this, and you mentioned that I was there as well, I also remember how each person was saying what they're thankful for. And that was magical as well, because as we mentioned, everyone has their life, quite difficult usually, and still they could find something very positive to mention. And that was very moving, I think.
True. Now you brought me back this
No,
memory.
but that's why I'm almost having tears now, but okay. So yeah. So that brings me also to what would you advise your younger self? What would you advise?
Yeah, to trust a bit the process. To trust the process more, to have faith on, I would say, have faith on your steps. Like me, my way here came through not the direct way, but through a lot of different roads that I had to cross. But that was my way. And then I was always very stressful. Why me? I'm not doing the straight way. because that was not my way. So now, being close to sweet 40s, I can say this, but then that was a source of a lot of stress, a lot of panic, a lot of fights with my parents, because that wasn't the straight way, or I can say that was not the normal way, the way that should have been, the things should have been done. I wish there I could say more to myself, like, okay, have faith in the process. You cannot you cannot skip the steps. I think when we are younger, we want to skip the steps, but the steps cannot be skipped, and that is for good.
Yeah.
That's for good. Because if we skip the steps, we will reach the the end. So
And maybe you don't process in a good way if you skip the steps.
True. In a good way, in your way, But when we are younger, we don't have. And me, I had a really hard time with patience. So I think I would say, like, okay, be patient.
It is an age thing as well. It's patience. You always think, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do that.
True, even in the young people here, when we are discussing about something, they're saying, Maria, when can I see you? And I say, it's Monday, and I say, on Thursday. I say, on Thursday is not Tuesday, it's Thursday. And I said, yes, I know. Thursday is Thursday. It was always Thursday. It is after Tuesday, after Wednesday.
But what can we do?
But what can you do?
That's
No.
life.
And, sometimes I think this job helped me a lot to come in terms with my impatient previous self, because I understood that wasn't me only. it is the younger part of the world that is like
Everyone goes through
ready. It's always ready.
On fire.
It's on fire, and I think that's also nice when we are when I'm here now, and me, I'm not that much on fire at the moment.
You're calmer, patience.
I can enjoy a bit this fire. I can share it a bit. So that's also another thing that it's very interesting and rewarding when you work with young people in your everyday life.
Indeed. I agree. And that brings me to my last question. If I'm just saying if you changed your job, what would you miss from Velos? What would you miss from this position? What is unique in this position of yours for you?
I would miss the connection with the young people, with this particular young people that they, in many cases, they keep teaching me things about life every day. Indeed, they are young people. They have a lot of similarities with the young people everywhere in the world. But at the same time, there are young people that they've been without parents many years. They've managed to handle very difficult situations and take adult decisions, what we perceived as adult decisions in the western part of the world, in ages that me and the majority of the people that we live here were somehow protected by our families, having other issues, but where it's have family somehow to be there and tell us like, you are sick, okay, I'll take care of you. So I'll miss this, the stories and all the things that I'm learning through them. I think I've become a much richer person because of them. I've learned them like many things according to job. How do you negotiate? I've seen like 20 years old people negotiating for a job like they are 60 years old in a job because they've been working since they, like, I don't know, 10 years, 12 years. So things that to me wouldn't even think of them, they have this like μαχητικότητα. They have this like fighting
for their right,
attitude.
for their...
Yeah, many of them. And also how through all these kind of difficulties, they have a wise view in the world. So I'll miss them. I'll miss them as my also my source of inspiration, of taking courage, of understanding what does now how we call it, how does resilience works, like how the things that doesn't kill you, in some cases, they make you stronger. And I do understand, and I do learn from them a lot about the complexities of life and of being a human being, that life brings you many things, brings you wars, brings you poverty, brings you trafficking, brings you, and how do you like somehow digest them? So no, I'm gonna miss them.
That's amazing. I mean, it's incredible how many things you can learn from them. So if someone actually, a new person, wanted to get in this job, in this profession of yours, what would you recommend them? And then we're finishing with this.
Another thing I will miss also, the playfulness that they introduce me to.
Yeah. Gives you life.
It gives you life. And this, I'm very thankful about this also. My previous self wasn't so much playful, so I can say that coming close with young people, that they have all this, but they are young people at the same time, and they just are doing whatever sometimes. Really,
I feel that you're very playful, so I think it has worked on you. You don't look like a serious.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this. Grateful.
We are as well.
Or maybe grateful because they helped me to reconnect with this playfulness.
Yeah, that's very pretty.
Yeah. So to an
young person that wants to get in this field.
Yeah, go for it. Enjoy it. It will be difficult. Sometimes it will be difficult in some cases because I think it is a bit underestimated. Not it's a bit, it is a lot underestimated. Like, why are you working in an NGO? What are you doing there? Like, so you need to constantly remind yourself that what you are doing is, it makes sense, and also it is a job that is not that well paid. So you need to struggle with other issues also. But if you have this like thing, there is a thing that if you have this thing, this drive that you want to support people and you want to be there, go for it, because I think you need to give it a chance. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. Or if you are tired with this, it's okay. Like, be open to try the things that you like, and be open when things doesn't work the way you imagined them, and try to find the courage to change them. And don't believe anyone who tells you that now it's late. It's never late. I think it's never late until you die. You have time.
Yeah,
So
Great.
give it a chance.
Give life a chance.
Give life a chance.
I've
Give
heard
yourself a
that.
chance. Give yourself a chance
Yeah.
because, as you said, that's the only thing you have, like,
Mm.
to give it this world, like,
Mm.
and the more you give it a chance to flourish, the more you can support the environment and the community that you are living to flourish as well. Yeah.
I agree totally, and it seems like if anyone wants to get in this field, will get a lot back and feel a lot of things, and yeah.
100%.
100%. Okay. Well, thank you so much for today, Maria.
Thank you. But just to say,
Yes.
it's not the easy way, but there is no easy way.
Yeah,
That is
there's no
another
easy
thing. I'm
way.
always telling this to the young people here. There is no easy way out. That's over.
Yeah.
There was never an
easy way. Yeah, I
out.
agree.
So
I
it
agree.
is your way, or the other people's, a person's way, or the society's way, or your parents' way. Any of them is not easy. So choose the difficult.
The best.
Choose
one
choose
for
your
you.
difficulty. We can say this. Choose your
No.
difficulty.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Thank you too.